Hello, Libra. Thank you so much for being here, you guys, and I hope all of you have a beautiful Valentine's Day. Much love to you. All right, Libra, so uncertainty. Choose who you will become, and then you have building blocks. So, for you, uncertainty, I don't think has to do with accepting good advice. I think that you already know what you need to do to address some issues. But this talks about how if you're willing to try, practice, and make mistakes along the way, then you're going to become more powerful than what you are now. And you're going to reach the place that you are wanting to be, which is great. But I look at building blocks and yeah, I would say that all of you have a beautiful foundation to build off of. Like basically having your life in order, but there are some cracks in the foundation according to the protection message here, especially with uncertainty. The thing is if you start addressing these cracks in the foundation or the problems you may be having in what you are trying to build for yourself, that could be career or relationship. What does that mean? All right, Libra, here's your overall, the Four of Wands. Speaking of foundation, there you go. Now, this being the overall, I like the Four of Wands as far as having that stability, feeling like you have accomplished something and being able to celebrate it. But if we're talking about that with the oracle cards, and for some of you, it's looking at, the kind of foundation that you have in your relationship. It's like consider your foundation from Whispers of Love, right? But this card does talk about, someone who is confessing the way that they feel to you. Maybe this is about somebody who's wanting to build a life with you, them. But I think it's about something that's already been established. But again, it may be that there are some things that need to be addressed. Now, in the past, the sun. So feeling good, feeling rejuvenated, but also seeing things very clearly here. But I think that you're pulling on this because you want to feel this way again, though, too. But, there's something bad here. In the present, the Empress, look at you, you're perfect, right, Libra? But what's interesting is that the Empress is showing up a lot for people who are understanding their own value and their own worth. The other thing is that, besides like babies and pregnancy, which I don't know, I don't really feel like that's the case, but for some of you it could be, right? There could be, a baby on the way here, and we need to start to build things, especially with the sun being there. But of course, that's not going to be for all of you. But we'll see what's going on in the environment. But the Empress, though, it's being able to enjoy your life and feeling abundant and being able to bring things to life. But it's also talking about how caring, giving, and nurturing you have been. Have you been a mother figure to someone? Are you looking at what you've been giving? But you look good. You look really good. No matter what is going on with you, Libra, you're already established. That's what I want to say. Future conditions, the Page of Wands. Look at it. Babies. I'm telling you, somebody's having a baby. Now, besides that, though, this could be about you needing to find enthusiasm here to take a new path. For some of you, it could be really good communication coming through. And again, it's going right back to that Four of Wands, stability and security, right? Establishing yourself, which I feel like you've already done. This is like unexpected good news that may be coming through for some of you, But yeah, right? Like babies, children's. But, of course, it's not going to be for all of you. But all of it looks really good. Like really, really good. Your best path to follow. Oh my God, Libra. I'm telling you, somebody's having a kid. Somebody is. If it's not you, it's going to be somebody you know. And it could even be about like your own mom, like, surprise, I'm pregnant again. But I don't know. For those of you who are dealing with a mother figure, there's more like friendship and like camaraderie with the Three of Cups being your best path to follow. But it is celebration. The both of them are, gathering up your support system here because something exciting is about to happen. We're getting ready to celebrate. For some of you, yeah, it could be marriage instead, right? But wow, Libra, You know, but I'm looking back at the oracle cards like, okay, so where are these cracks? Where is the break in the foundation here? Oh my goodness, the Two of Wands in your environment. Okay. Now, this may have been something unplanned. That's what I kind of feel like here. You know, but we're also talking about like needing to make a choice on a course of action. But I swear, Libra, everything looks really good here. Nothing looks bad. Some of you are having a fantastic first half of February. Like, seriously. I don't feel anything bad. I'm not seeing anything bad. You know, and I'm not hoping for anything bad at all. And whatever does show up may be really minor. But there's excitement. There's a new path that you're going to be taking here. Some of you may need to find a little bit of excitement, but, you know, we're getting things established. You've got that foundation going here. Something may have been unplanned, and you may need to reach out for some support here, but like babies, baby showers, weddings, like all that shit's coming through. And this may be exactly what you wanted, you know? When you're finally getting to see it now. Wow, man. Oh my God, your hopes and your fears. You don't want to be disappointed. Now, I kind of look at this as, okay, so besides marriage and besides babies, let's talk about this, you know, in a practical way here. So with the Four of Wands, again, you're going to get to a place where you're going to be taking a new path. You may have to make a choice on this. But with the Empress, it's like you're established. That's what I feel like here. You know, and I don't necessarily feel like you're dealing with a mother figure, but this is more about you understanding your value, I think. I'm so sorry, you guys. But something may have been unplanned and unexpected, even with career. And, you know, here it is with the Page of Wands, the communication starts. We're taking this new path. You're continuing to build your foundation here. You know, you're reaching out to your support system and your group of people. And this could literally be like stepping up in your career, becoming the boss lady, like seriously, right? Like this wasn't the choice that you would have made, but now it's opening you up to a much bigger view. For some of you, you know, you may be like buying a home here. It all looks really good for you, and exactly what you're wanting is coming through. But your hopes and fears is like, I've been disappointed before. I've been let down before. I don't want to experience that again. You know, and again, it could be with career, relationship, or pregnancies, especially if they're unplanned, you know. But oh my God, if anything screams that, it's this. Seriously. But, you know, that would make sense, right? With everything being like so big and so good, we don't want to be let down. So it's understandable that that's a fear. But I only think it's there because you've experienced it before. Oh my God. And then coming out the Three of Swords. Oh. And then you have the Ten of Cups. There is still going to be overall happiness. But like, let's say, for instance, that it's like, surprise, I'm pregnant. That may not be exactly happy news for somebody else. And it's not exactly the response I think that you were expecting, especially if this is unexpected, which is why we're looking at, you know, reaching out for the support system here, people who will celebrate what you are doing or what is going on. But with the Lovers, yeah, I would say that for some of you, it's almost like this is a happy, happy relationship. The sun is shining. Everything looks great. We have these plans. Things are being built. But because of this heartbreak, there may be a major choice that you're going to have to make. Now, that could be, though, with your career, where it's like Libra may have to break somebody else's heart in order to follow an opportunity. And I still feel like it's unexpected, like it unexpectedly comes through. And with the Knight of Swords, you know, we're being honest and direct with our communication, you know. Now, for some of you looking at this, though, if we are talking about a relationship here and not just a major life choice in your career, you know, again, love and value is really important. But This could be one of those things where, you're having to be very harsh and very direct with somebody who needs to pick a path in their own life, and you may actually be the one, and this is only going to be for some of you, that opens up an opportunity for somebody. But hey, you need to do this, right? I am supporting you. But for some of you, it may be that you need to reach out to the people that are like, look, if this person is not going to get off their ass and do something, then maybe enough is enough, especially with these two coming out. Now, besides that though, it's direct, abrupt communication. Like, boom, here it is, right? And it changes the dynamic of what is going on. But the thing is with the Ten of Cups, right? Like, looking at the Three of Swords, yeah, we can definitely be talking about a break in a relationship. What should have been a happy situation, may not go in the right direction. But that could be because of a couple of different things here. But I would say that the main energy, trying to keep it general here, not going back to babies. A lot of you, are seeing things very clearly with the Sun. But you're also needing that like jump, that new energy. With the Empress and the Two of Wands, like I said, for some of you, you are like becoming more established. It's not something that you expected, but it is a choice that you're going to have to make. I think that you follow a new path here. But there is something on a more like personal level that, is going to be disrupted. I don't know. I kind of feel like somebody is disappointing you or letting you down, but you've expected this from them before. Now, for some of you, yeah, I'm going to be honest here. If we are talking about babies, you may have been let down before, and this may be one of those tough situations. Now, that doesn't have to be for everybody, but with the Three of Swords coming out, I mean, we can't look past the fact that you're going to be facing some heartbreak. Especially if this is something that you were preparing for. Now, in terms of career, I think that, like I said, it's something more on a personal level that you're going to have to separate from. But the thing is it may suck and it may hurt, but if it's a crack in your foundation, maybe it is something that, needs to be let go of. There may be some uncertainty as far as where things are going to go for you after this point. But I would say to you, Libra, you're okay. What you may or may not experience may not be that great. But you do have beautiful things going on around you despite that. And it is going to be important, I think, for a lot of you to reach out to your support, family, for some of you. But like I said, that there's also the feeling of, I'm pregnant, and then they're gone, or they can't handle it. The heart of the matter, there's more going on than meets the eye. Recognize what this is all about. And then you have like attracts like. If you are longing for more love in your life, you need to be more loving. There's something, more going on here with a relationship, more going on with a person, if this is about relationship for you guys. But what you need to do here is understand that and change your point of view on, what it is that you're trying to attract, right? If you're focused on the disappointment, you are going to attract the disappointment, But Libra, even though you may be facing some uncertainty, I think that, with building blocks, you have such a beautiful foundation. Those cracks may start to appear, but addressing them, I think, is going to be easier for you than you think, although it doesn't diminish how hard it may be to have to experience it or feel this, right? But nothing is ever set in stone. Nothing ever has to be that way. And if that's the case with the Five of Cups there, right? Like, don't keep your focus on what you think will go wrong, And I know that that's easier said than done if you've been disappointed before. But if you are dealing with a disappointing person, relationship, or situation, then maybe it is time to separate. It may not be what you want to do, but, this, I feel like, is a choice that you have to make. it's like you have to do this because your life is changing in a big way, you know. But like I said, you guys are going to have to let me know on this one. But everything here is screaming, babies, babies. But the mystery and the heart of the matter, I look at both of those and I think you're going to understand, you know, that mystery is going to be revealed to you. And I think it's going to make it clearer to you what it is that you want to attract.